Two spinners in the side for Gloucestershire, and on a green seamer, on a green surface. Spin is not working as yet.
Oh, that's brilliant. Brilliant. Slightly shorter from Van Buren. He just waited that extra split second, Vakazarman. Lofted it over the infield. This is turning into expensive 3 consecutive boundaries.
The only question is, does he keep on going?
Well, we saw this during the World Cup. Pakistan wore an all-green outfit, Vakazarman. Sort of set them off nicely with those green wheels. Now, what do you reckon to the blue and the green and the yellow? Or am I asking the wrong one?
I'm not quite sure it works.
Now, deep square in place. That's the problem. Vakazarman, he's hit those 2 big sweep shots. Deep mid-wicket. You've only got, really, as well as long on, just one fielder to play with on that boundary. That's neatly played. Very good over for Glamorgan. Just the sort of start they were looking for. 19 without loss after 2.
Yeah, we got our answer. He wasn't going to keep on going. I think he did it absolutely right. 12 off 3 balls, and then you just tick along. Make sure you're there to face the next one. I'd say you just on this surface with a new ball, you've got to stick to your seamers. The mediums might get something out of it. A bit of Ryan Higgins, Benny Howell himself. Get some lateral movement.
Glorious. Absolutely glorious. Doesn't matter the format of cricket. Delightful shot from Vakazarman.
That's better. You get on a surface like this, you just keep it very simple, surely. As a bowler, you just try and hit a length. You go to the old-fashioned top of off.
We saw the one that you mentioned about going through a little bit earlier. Short of a length, back of a length. Just lifting and climbing, going through at a nice pace. Well, as a bowler, that's... Shoulders back, the chest out. There you go, that's a decent length. I think he might have just got excited. That LBW shout. Payne just the previous over, sliding one full to Vakazarman.
You're right about the angle that he struggled with was pitching it straight from a right armour going across him. Coming back in and going away. Generally, he played it pretty well. You tried to get him, or England in that series before the World Cup, they tried to get him playing straight, hitting down the ground, and hope that it just nipped across him.
David Lloyd just content. Work that down to third man. Especially for the pyrotechnics that he's seen at the other end. Still going into a healthy lick himself. It's 4 balls faced, but 6 not out. Only 1 point for Glamorgan so far in this campaign. That came, by the way, of the no result in the return fixture at Cheltenham. Hammered away, sat up, and there's the length, and then there's slightly short of that length. That's been dispatched.
Just his setup, everything about it is just set up for this shot in particular. High hands, high bat lift. He can just drop that bat onto the ball. Have a look at that. It becomes so much easier when you start in that position.
Dot ball to finish. 10 from it. 3 gone. And Glamorgan 29 with that loss.
He's my data self. Hello. We met at Experience years. I help him with financial decisions. He's a genius. He shows me which credit cards I'm likely to be accepted for. That's because I know things like his financial history, but not things like where to go for a pre-match pint.
Find out how your data self can help you make better financial decisions.
Change of bowling, Ryan Higgins. So the 1 over spin tried. That's been put to bed fairly swiftly.
I thought that would be pretty obvious actually on a pitch like this. I don't think you needed to see it in the power play at all. Plenty going on. You want the bowlers just having the ball when it's at its hardest. That's the most amount, well, the biggest chance you have to get some lateral movement.
A little surprised that even though bowlers have their roles, BJ Tyers will probably come on the back end for a couple of overs in the power play and at the death as well. Worth just giving him though. Say bowl top of off stump.
How many pitches do we see like this? I mean, it's not a bad pitch, but there's got to be something in it. So then you've got to think on your feet. As a captain, change it up.
Given the beans by David Lloyd. Just leant back as he climbed into that one. Juicy half volley. He's not going to miss out.
That is really served up, really full, no pace whatsoever. Gave himself a bit of room, hit that hard, right through the line.
This has got Morgan. Sure. Shots like that just need some confidence to start flooding back into the dressing room. 44 all out against Surrey at the Oval. Tom Curran picking up a hat-trick. Just climbed into again. Great big front stride. An enormous arc. And a slower ball gets the same treatment as a quicker one.
Well, it could be tough for Gloucestershire if the slower balls are skipping on. 66 miles per hour. Picked it, dispatched it.
Full toss this time. Same result. Feeding David Lloyd. 3 boundaries from the last 4 deliveries, 14 from the over. Glamorgan on fire, 43 without loss. It's come to that time for Gloucestershire. Michael Klinger turning to his fellow Australian. Right on the spot straight away. Should be a good contest, this. Not sure how many of his variations we might see.
Good eyes, Fucker's a man. Looks unflustered at the moment. I think in T20 as a batsman, your mind works overtime.
It's a good length from AJ Ty.
This format, actually, you think in test matches in the longest form, you just watch the ball and you try and you think of your plan, that's about it. In this, you're trying to work out every ball. What's he going to do? Am I going to premeditate? How am I going to try and attack AJ Ty? Constantly thinking.
Oh, just leapt a little bit. Surprised David Lloyd, but still falls safe. That's well bowled. Back as a man just shuffling back deep in the crease. Just trying to off-put the length of AJ Ty. Things have just calmed down this over. And already we've seen a 71 mile an hour delivery, 76, 85. Just might make you wonder what's coming next. Just stands there and whacks it when it's that length. Talk about an unclouded and uncluttered mind. When it's that length, that's exactly what Zaman's got.
I reckon we saw England do this, bowl this length to him at the Aegeus Bowl, and he smashed it nearly every time. England got a good score, and there was a lot of room to the sides for cross-bat shots, and he just did not miss. It's a dangerous ploy. You've either got to be a proper bouncer above head height or just within reason.
That's exactly what you're talking about. Proper bouncer.
Right done.
Goes through at a nice height. 1 over of the power play remains. Glamorgan going great guns. 49 without loss.
And he asked me to host.
Absolutely nailed that one.
I was made for this.
Join me and my guest host on a brand new A League of Their Own. Starts the 15th of August on Sky One.
Oh, g'day, Bumble.
All right.
Your roses are looking good. Unlike your chances.
Yes, we can.
It's England versus Australia for the Ashes. Cricket doesn't get better than this.
Well, only early stages, 5 overs, but 5 overs would just lift the dressing room as far as Glamorgan are concerned. Bat in hand, it's been a little bit of a struggle for them. Now 44 against Surrey. Off to a flying start here on what is a pretty good surface to bat on. It's good surface actually because it gives something for the bowlers as well, but generally you can hit through the line of the ball. Picked up. Finds the boundary. Outfield's not big at all. Or the boundary rather on the leg side is quite short.
Yeah, excellent start, excellent planning. How many times, I reckon, Gloucestershire have come down to Canterbury and we've played them on a slow, turgid surface. They're a nightmare.
Third man needs to be fine. Might have done well there. We'll have to have a little look, but that looks like it's a great effort.
This, Nicks flying to the boundary as well. But the days of Jack Russell up to the stumps, couldn't hit through the line. So far, Glamorgan have got it spot on. Can't quite see from that angle if the fielding is spot on. He touched the cushion. Well, this angle should tell us. There's a lot going on. I reckon that's all right.
Yeah, I think so. Excellent work. Michael Klinger said at the toss that slight green tinge to the surface, it might just do a bit, but...
Slight green tinge.
Yeah, emerald green, isn't it? But I suppose what he's got in his favour now, even though Glamorgan are off to a flying start, as he knows it's not a big ground, and also it's a good surface to chase on.
Whether you get a bit of dew and he just skips on even more. I tell you one thing, if Marchant Delang doesn't look quick on this, he never will. Big South African, when he first played international cricket, looked like he flew it through around 90 plus miles for a huge unit. He is going to look rapid on this surface.
Distance, but plenty of height, so another couple. Another good over though for Glamorgan. 10 runs from it, 59 without loss from 6, so power play comes and goes.
Yeah, power play firmly belongs to Glamorgan, the batting team. Tucker Zaman has looked very good. He plays spin very well, don't worry about that. Even on a surface like this, where it just skipped on and he didn't have to worry about anything. That shot there is exactly what his whole game is set up for. David Lloyd played a couple of lovely drives. Tucker Zaman, 30 from 21, Lloyd 29 from 15. Openers are set.
Jeff Evans, he seems to do a lot of games, doesn't he? TV games, wherever we go, we seem to see him. Benny Howe. Looking forward to watching Benny Howe bowl. He's done really well in this format for many, many years now. It's one of the reasons he'll constantly mix his pace up.
See if we can get any sort of tell on what's coming. You can just see him covering the ball, as he so often does. Got to try and follow him as much as you can. Keep watching all the time. You just see something there. Whether he's setting up for the knuckleball, whether he changes it.
Take, but won't get away with that. Since 2012, that's when he joined Gloucestershire. He's got more wickets in domestic T20 than any other bowler. That's not just for Gloucestershire, it's all round the competition. So that just gives you a guide as to how effective he's been over a long period of time now. This surface will be a challenge for him.
Yes, Roger.
Batting as well, because if you're in the field now, you're almost back on the edge of the circle because of the start that they've had, and so fielders are sort of edging backwards rather than forwards. So there's lots of singles on show.
Come on here, Ben. Come on here, lads.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Great awareness because, as I was saying, you know that the fielders are deep. Fielders on the boundary edge are right on the edge.
Proper county stalwarts in this group. Samit Patel, Briggs, Hampshire, Sussex, Harry Gurney now in the IPL, Tom Smith.
Down, yes, Jack on! work in here, Ben. Lovely work here, Benny.
What they say in their planning, because everyone
Awesome stuff, that,
in this lineup will know what Benny Howe does, apart from this man, fuckers and me. How are they trying to explain what he does? Not that quick, but then he'll bowl a slower ball, bowl a knuckle ball.
We're about to find out. It's a very good over. It really is, in the context of how the previous bowlers are gone. Just to go from 6 from your first, excellent, 65 without loss.
Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still.
We don't just engineer to a spec, we engineer to a feeling. The all-new Mazda 3.
Just smile.
What a start then, 65 without loss. Both openers on 32. Colin Ingram poised to come in. Terrific T20 player, Colin Ingram. He has half centuries to his name in the competition so far, but looks like they're going to get a decent, more than decent score here. Tom Smith into the attack.
Oh, Smudger!
Length wasn't quite short enough for the shot. Evening, Dom.
Evening, Nick. Experience, talking about experience, and obviously you've talked about the grass on the surface. It's been good from Glamorgan. They know the strengths of Gloucester.
Oh, down, Buren.
This time, just gets bat on him. You've been a busy boy, haven't you? Today I turned on my telly early this morning, about 6 o'clock, and there you were at Edgbaston.
4:45, a little wake up this morning. Yeah, met Michael Carberry at reception, over to Edgbaston for that 6 o'clock with Dangerous Dave Fulton on Sky Sports News. Dangerous loves that, hosting that.
Down, one.
What did you talk about?
Well,
How did you set the game up?
Well, it was more about, obviously, with Michael Carberry talking about the opening pair and the experience at the top, and what's obviously England, how they could get off to a good start. Talked about the surface. We interviewed Gary Barwell, the groundsman at Edgbaston.
Howard hit very, very hard down the ground. No chance for long on, no chance for long off.
Can't cover it. You cannot cover straight. It's the best place for any T20 batsman. Get to the pitch of the ball, get your hands through it, and try and hit it straight past the umpire.
Come on here, Smudge. Come on here, Smudge.
Now, when you're a side that's struggling for runs, you need a spark, and that's what's been provided here so far.
Brilliant, Smudger. Good, Benny.
Tell you what, though, what a day. What a day we've seen, day one. The Ashes Test match. Had everything today. Australia in trouble, referrals, decisions given out that weren't out. Steve Smith booed, then 100. Wow.
One.
Bat Steve, push him in the outfield.
Brilliant,
It's good work. Under pressure, good work. 8 from the over, 73 without loss. Stuart Broad picking up 5 wickets as well. That's his 100th wicket against Australia. They had pretty much everything. There's Ingram due in next. Joe's brother, Billy Root, due in at number 4. Jeremy Lawler playing today, so he missed the last game.
It's been a bit expensive, hasn't it, for Gloucester? Payne's gone for 26, 13 off Van Buren's first over, 14 off Higgins. Always got to get that in that power play. It's what they can do now. Though Glamorgan are off to a good start, you know what this man you've talked about, what he's done since joining Gloucester from Hampshire, how many wickets he's taken, how difficult he's made it in this middle period.
That's why this is a challenge for even him, because you can just hit through the line of the ball. How's it going, by the way, at Derby? We're watching your boys play tomorrow. Coach, now,
well, we got off to a good start. We beat Yorkshire in the first one, and we haven't won a game since. We lost last night at Worcester, and 25 more runs, 25 more runs. We'd have put the champions under pressure. Ended up winning Wayne Parnell with winning innings, really. Played very well. But it's tough, Nick, because of the fact that we've not got two overseas. You think about who we had last year in our bowling ranks, and it's a completely different bowling unit. Wahab Riaz, Lockie Ferguson, Hardest Villion, who's now down at Kent. So banking a lot on the experience of Ravi Rampal, and fortunately we just didn't have the money to go for that second overseas.
Gone up a long way, should be taken. Yeah, simple catch. They needed that. Michael Klinger, the captain, and as usual, it is Benny Howe with an early wicket. He's been so good for them with the ball.
Yeah, one of his quicker deliveries. This is not express. This is just over 75 miles an hour and goes into the surface. Not the tallest of batsmen, David Lloyd. Simple catch for somebody of Michael Klinger's experience, and they needed that, Gloucester. Been a good start for Glamorgan. Sees the end of Lloyd. He goes for 35, Glamorgan 75 for 1.
The English Football League is back. New season, new dreams. The Championship kicks off with Luton v Middlesbrough, live on Sky Sports Football.
Oh, g'day, Bumble. All right. Your roses are looking good. Don't like your chances.
Yes, we can.
It's England versus Australia for the Ashes. Cricket doesn't get better than this.
Big cheer then as Colin Ingram strode to the crease. Two top-class players, Nakar and Colin Ingram. Just a half-century so far in the competition, but he's a well-travelled T20 player now. He's all around the world.
Go on in, Howler. Let's go again, lads.
Be on strike because the cross.
Real squeeze, Ben. Oh, Benny, yes, one, Coey.
Nice time to come in, though, isn't it? Colin Ingram haven't played as well as they would have liked. They know they haven't got enough runs. Comes in at number 3. His team off to the start that he'd wanted. Matthew Maynard, who is taking over as coach here at Glamorgan.
Coming here, Benny.
This is the partnership. If Glamorgan are going to go and post a big score, they need an innings from this guy.
2 left.
Yeah, he's hit more sixes in T20 cricket. That's around the world since July 2017 than virtually everybody else. There's one that's hit more. So he's second on the list.
Yeah, Maxi Klinger.
Come on, who's on top?
Chris Gale? Oh, that one.
Were you told that, or did you know?
No.
It's a bit obvious.
Great
It is
start,
obvious.
Great start, Al.
He sits second, and that's a pretty good
He
effort.
walks through it, Ben. Good, Howler, down, yeah.
Brilliant over from it. 76 for 1.